Hello again. Thank you for watching and for studying math with me. This video is about algebraic operations. Like much of math, the title is more formidable than the content. It is about multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting. Some principles are called commutative laws. Here, the literal numbers move or commute. Adding 3 plus 4 is the same thing as adding 4 plus 3. Similarly, multiplying 4 times 6 is the same thing as multiplying 6 times 4. Other principles deal with grouping, not changing in order. These are the associative properties of addition and multiplication. 3 plus parentheses 4 plus 5 is the same thing as parentheses 3 plus 4 plus 5, and 3 times parentheses 4 times 5 is the same thing as 3 times 4 in parentheses times 5. Finally, there is a distributive property involving two operations. 3 times 4 plus 5 is the same as 3 times 4 plus 3 times 5. Students sometimes get confused about these last two properties. Don't let this happen to you. Subtraction is defined as a minus b is a plus the additive inverse of b. So subtraction is simply adding the additive inverse. For example, 3 minus 5 is the same thing as adding 3 to negative 5. 3 minus a minus 5 is the same as adding 3 to 5. Often, how we are to combine numbers is clear by grouping numbers using symbols, such as parentheses, the bar between the numerator and denominator of a fraction, and vertical lines for absolute value. Otherwise, for an expression in which there are several operations, we use the following order of operations. Operations within specific groupings are done first, the innermost to the outermost. We perform multiplication and division from left to right as we run across them, and we perform additions and subtractions from left to right as we run across them. Later, we will include exponents into this list, but only as repeated multiplication, so the conventions will remain. Let's continue with half a dozen quick examples. For example number 1, minus 5 minus a minus 8 is the same thing as minus 5. And we add the additive inverse of minus 8, which is 8, and so we get an answer of 3 for that first problem. Here we're taking a minus 5 times a minus 8. That's going to give us a plus 40, because a minus times a minus is a plus. Here, in number 3, we're going to have to do the division first. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the next step would be this is 12 minus 3, or the answer is going to be 9. Here, we're going to do the innermost parentheses first. So that is going to be 16 divided by, and 4 times 2, we do that first, is 8. So the answer to this problem is going to be 2. In the one called 5, what will happen is we want to do this innermost parentheses first, and we're also going to be doing grouping, so this is going to be minus 6, and then this is minus. We did this grouping, and that is going to be minus 4 divided by 2. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do this calculation. So this is minus 6 minus, and that is going to be a minus 2, and so the answer to this is going to be minus 6 plus 2 or negative 4. The last one, we have the absolute value that we will do first. So this is the absolute value of minus 10 divided by 2 minus, and then this is minus 9 over 3. If we divide the absolute value, is going to give us 10 divided by 2 is 5, and this is going to be minus a minus 3, and so the answer to that is going to be 8. In class, we plan to work on several problems from your textbook. Serious students, of course, will want to do more, including reading the section and completing additional work. But for now, remember, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. Take care and see you in class.